What's up, you beautiful Redditors? Hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. Welcome to the RNEWS Evening Show. And let's just jump into it. From r/news. New Zealand election, Jacinda Ardern wins second term after rival concedes. Her party got twice as many votes as the runner-up. Makes sense. It would be absolute nonsense to replace her now. NZ's COVID response is the envy of the world. Yes, that and the response to gun ownership after the Christchurch shooting. Oh, how I wish the US could learn from NZ. Even without COVID, edit, it would be nonsense to replace her. She is a true leader and a great example of a human being. As an Australian, I'm exceedingly jealous that they get her and we get Scotty from marketing. Over in Britain we are dead envious of having such a competent and good leader with sensible, progressive policies. Extremely jealous in the USA! Exclamation mark. Lesson. Let's do our part and remove our shame in a few weeks. We may remove Trump, but I don't think that we'll remove the shame of him for many years. He's a stain on this country. And let's be clear, Trump isn't the problem. He's a symptom. If Biden wins, he needs to address the conditions that led to Trump in the first place. Is she the one that showed up on that guy's stream on Twitch? Yeah, she appeared on Box's stream recently, ut.be. Is that the same guy that went viral because people were donating to him and he was like, nah, you don't have to give me anything, but like every donation. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics. How can 42% of Americans still support the worst president in our history? Short answer, Fox News. I'm thinking low IQ. Yeah, that's what he said. In my opinion, fear. They fear the inevitable truth that the control of the country is getting out of white people's control, as it used to be, and it's scaring the hell out of them. If you think about it, it explains why all their rhetoric is based on fear. If Biden wins, the earth will implode. The left will feed your children's blood to Satan in pizzeria. Their corona response. You don't tell me when to be afraid. I'll tell you when to be afraid. Quote, and guns. I'm scared. Give me a weapon. Make America great again is simply a fear response that the power is eventually going to wind up in the hands of another black man or woman, and we can't have that. Obama was a wake-up call and a call to arms. That they chose Trump is a sign of desperation and that they are willing to cling to anything to make it stop. Because they are buttholes. The new signs I see are, Trump 2020. Make liberals cry. That's all they give a crap about. No actual platform, just pissing people off. I once asked a Trump supporter why they wanted Trump to win a Nobel Prize and they responded, to make liberals angry. Think about that. He wanted Trump to win a peace prize for no other reason than to divide and anger people. It's not 42% of Americans. Only 20% of the country voted for Trump. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics. After town hall wraps up, Biden sticks around to take questions from audience. Trump couldn't stick around. He had to go figure out how the frick he's gonna come up with $421 million to pay back whoever the frick he owes it to. He had to go figure out how the frick he's gonna come up with $421 million. Why not just take out a new loan to repay the first loan? After all, he has people begging him to do them the favor of allowing them to loan him money. And these bankers, big, powerful bankers built like football players, they came up to me with tears in their eyes and said, "Sir, please allow us to loan you this money. We know you don't need it, but it would mean so much to us." What could I do, folks? Joe Biden is a good person. He's made mistakes, but he's never stopped trying to make the world a little better. He also owns those mistakes and has changed his views as the world has changed. Exactly. Joe isn't afraid to admit he is wrong sometimes. Conversely, have you ever heard Trump admit he's wrong about anything? No, you have not, because he's a malignant narcissist. Wow, a headline that's about only Biden's town hall. The vast majority of headlines about the town halls are about Trump's town hall or both. It's almost as if the media hasn't learned anything since it propelled Trump into the White House with $4 billion in free coverage in 2016. Or maybe it learned that Trump is great for its profits. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics. Biden slams Trump for failing to condemn would-be kidnapping plot on Michigan governor. sort of behavior you'd expect from ISIS. You don't equivocate about white supremacy when asked to denounce white supremacy unless you think of yourself as associated with white supremacy. I wish I could upvote this more than once. You put into words exactly how I feel but am unable to express it as beautifully as you. Right, I love good orders. Donald Trump, speaking at his own campaign event on Friday afternoon, referenced the kidnap plot. We caught some people doing whatever. We'll find out whatever that was all about, and then she said it was my fault. It was my people that caught them. It was Trump's fault. Always Trump's fault, said the president. He finally addresses it today. And as usual, he's a victim. Poor Donnie Trump. Why is everybody always picking on him? They're not his people that stopped it. They're America's people. They work for our country, not for Trump. He constantly calls it my administration. Most other presidents say this admin. But it's only his until he's displeased with something. Then it's the deep state. Yeah, Al-Qaeda are his people. He has told them to stand by and defended them, so yeah. He encourages terrorism. MAGA ISIS. Vanilla ISIS. Yeah, Al-Qaeda. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/World News. Huge stupid Americanism. Italian governor rails against Halloween as he imposes the 31st of October curfew. Australia tends to be very anti-Halloween because they see it as too American. But then a 21st birthday is a big deal even though the drinking age is 18. Halloween is a lot of fun for kids. I never understood why they choose it as the beach they want to die on. RNZ is really into it. As you mentioned, the season being wrong makes trick-or-treating not very feasible for kids but teens. Through young adults party hard. Even my staunchly British father is dressed as a vampire every year just in case some kids come by. I've actually seen less Halloween stuff in Texas the 3 times I've been here for it than in NZ. I think it's very neighborhood dependent. If Halloween is an Americanism, then thank you America. That crap is fun as frick. It's not even American, it's Irish, Scottish. The pumpkins are American obviously. But the holiday, dressing up and going around to houses have been done in Ireland and Scotland for centuries. Sure, it has its roots there, but Halloween as it is today is 100% an Americanism. It looks nothing like Sound. I went trick-or-treating as a child in 70s Ireland. Not sure how prevalent it was before that, but my mother told me that when she was young, her brother's favorite Halloween prank was to climb on neighbors' roofs and drop cow crap down their chimney. Halloween's great. This just isn't the year for it. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/Politics. Kentucky can do better than Mitch McConnell. Democrat Amy McGrath endorsed by one of Kentucky's largest newspapers. Like an empty can of paint. Or a balloon with a hole in it. An empty battery. A disappointing fart. Literally anything is better than Mitch McConnell. Frick Mitch McConnell, I'm gonna have a party the day he finally leaves office. And you're all invited. I'm actually waiting for Murdoch, Koch and Adelson to die. Those 3 frickers have done more damage to Western civilization than, well, anyone. And that's where we're going to end today's show. But if you like what you saw, leave a like. And if you want to see more of the RNEWS show, hit that subscribe button. As always, this has been the RNEWS show and I'll see you tomorrow.